Hello everyone. Well, such a great morning today, and we're seeing some very positive price action on Bitcoin and equities and also all high risk assets. It's beautiful. A lot of people are calling for the bull market, it's beginning, etc. And so I decided to make this video and talk to you guys about most important stuff that is currently on the table to give you an interesting understanding as to what is about to come potentially. And there is, at the end of the video, there's going to be a huge bonus for you. So you make sure to watch this from the beginning and until the end. If you watch this whole video, you will understand exactly what you can expect from the market in a short-term perspective as well as the long-term perspective. And I'm gonna once again reaffirm my stance that has been there for actually quite some time. So first things first is yesterday's speech by Jerome Powell. And certainly guys, if you're brand new, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're always notified when I'm making a new upload. And call me Mr. Spot on down in the comments. Thanks in advance. So Powell says that Fed might have to make unpopular decisions to stabilize prices. So yesterday, I told you that yesterday Powell had a very important speech. We had to pay attention to it, but to be honest, to be quite frank, let's not waste time on this. He didn't say anything new. It was a speech as usual. So that's why, the markets actually reacted quite positive, because he did not give us any extra hawkishness into a CPI reading, which is going to be tomorrow. But we're going to talk about all of it in the proper sequence. So what is interesting, that is there are rumors spreading online right now about Google actually buying 2.8 million Solana. And we know that Google and Solana, they had a partnership previously. So then there is this huge rumor going around spreading by this Marty Party, whatever guy, saying that, Google is buying up so much of the Solana, and supposedly here is the address. But I did a little bit of research on this, and I've seen this posted by a few people, but I'm not really seeing any proof of this. So I'm going to keep you guys updated, because if that is going to be the case, that's going to be very bullish for Solana indeed. But just inside of me, something is telling me this could be just some kind of bullshit. Anyway, let's move on. And this is also very bullish, very cool. But again, guys, hold your horses before making any conclusions. Always watch my videos from the beginning and until the end, or otherwise just don't complain like a Karen in the comments that you didn't understand something. So Morgan Stanley eyes Bitcoin market via GBTC and cash settlement futures on its European fund. So which is really cool. Morgan Stanley, we've seen BlackRock moving into Bitcoin as well, partnering up with Coinbase, and also enabling trillions of dollars potentially for investing in Bitcoin. But now Morgan Stanley is also moving in. So Morgan Stanley has announced that its European fund has set aside cash to invest in Bitcoin market. Really interesting. So why would they be investing in a Ponzi scheme, as an idiot would say? So the global investment bank with over $6.5 trillion, well, right, I mean, they're all idiots in there with $6.5 trillion in assets under management. They reportedly, okay, all jokes aside, reportedly purchased, I just have to mock Karens and idiots and naysayers. So reportedly, they purchased like 3.6 million worth of GBTC on behalf of its customers. As it says, reportedly, and 3.6 million isn't that very much. But guys, as I told you so many times before, if all these conglomerates and all these multi-trillion-dollar just incredible companies, if they would think it's a Ponzi scheme like most, couch experts out there, they wouldn't be putting in even $1 into it. So this is huge. Even though it's GBTC and maybe futures, whatever, it still is big. So that means that there is some kind of potential in this, right? Okay, let's move on. And now we're going to be talking about some real stuff. And guys, remember, if you want to be trading actively yourself, use my links down in the description of this video to trusted exchanges like Bybit, with which, if you use my link, you can claim up to $30,000 initial deposit bonuses, and also to BitGet. And with my link, you can actually pause the video right here, take a look at all the bonuses. Only if you use my link, you'll get up to $8,000 in initial deposit bonuses. If you deposit more than $500, you'll claim my crypto course, my famous paid crypto course, for absolutely free. And you'll also get a 10% cash back on your trading fees, which is actually going to show up like this in your spot account over on BitGet. Every time you open a trade, they will give you a portion of your cash from the commissions back into your spot account. So even if you're a break-even trader, you'll still make money. And you're going to get this feature only if you're going to use my link down in the description of this video. Okay, now let's move on to Winklevoss. They're demanding DCG CEO Barry Silbert to step down. I mean, they've sent this letter previously, and they said that there's the ultimatum. I think it was the deadline for them to find a solution for this hole to plug in Genesis by, I think it was January 8th or 9th. Obviously, it's already January 10th or 11th, and they didn't find any solution yet, so they're just hiding. So Gemini's Cameron Winklevoss launched multiple serious allegations at crypto conglomerate DCG and especially Barry Silbert, including misrepresentation and accounting fraud, and they're asking for Barry Silbert to step down. So this is quite bad, guys, because it's not getting any better, obviously. So for this reason, it's quite bad, and I'm pretty sure that there is going to be some kind of a bad resolution here. Maybe some cascading liquidations potentially, unless somebody big steps in, but I haven't seen anybody, calling their bluff or anybody actually stepping in and saying, oh, we're going to buy you out. So, well, except for the GBDC potentially, but which is the part of Grayscale, but that's something that we yet have to confirm. So still no resolution, still nothing fun. Okay, and this is getting even darker. And again, guys, I apologize for bringing this to you, but it is what it is. So what we're saying right here is that crisis is actually intensifying, and the World Bank warns of a global recession in 2023. So World Bank is quite important, and again, there are so many banks, they have different outlooks, etc. But if you think about this, that we are potentially, even though we're going to move to the chart in just a second, we're seeing some positive momentum into the CPI reading, which is coming tomorrow. But at the same time, the World Bank is warning of global recession because of all the numbers that we're currently seeing. And also, take a look, Coinbase is laying off about 1,000 employees to combat crypto winter, and arguably it's one of the biggest crypto exchanges in the United States. And also, if we're going to see, for example, Goldman Sachs is laying off like 3,000 employees only this week. So if it's fake, if it's all, if this is global recession, if it's not going to happen, why are these guys laying off so many people just because there's going to be tough few months? I mean, what's the point of laying off thousands of people for just a few months? It makes no sense. I mean, unless you're already an unprofitable business, but I'm pretty sure Goldman Sachs is fine. So this gives us a good indication. This is what I mentioned, that's why I meant watch this video till the end. And also, guys, join my free Discord channel. There is a link down in the description of this video. This is where we post all of our trades. It's free to join. And there is this VIP section, which is also free to join, a very simple instruction of how to get into it. So go join us right now. There is a link down in the description of this video so you can see all of our trades, my trades of my team, and be as profitable as all our members. And we are like 30,000 members in there, so it's pretty crazy. So I don't really understand. So if all of this is FUD, Thomas, you're spreading FUD, why is Goldman Sachs laying off people? Why is Coinbase laying off people? Why are so many other huge companies laying off people? Because they understand that what is potentially to come is no bueno. So what we want to see, really, I think that tomorrow, guys, is going to be a deciding day. And tomorrow, as I told you already previously in one of my videos, January the 12th, which is tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, we're going to see a reading on inflation, CPI, which is we really want to pay attention to the core one, because it's finally forecasted to go below 6% and finally to start reducing. So this is what we really want to see. If it's going to be 5.8, 5.9, 6, 6.1, guys, I mean, you can short everything, in my humble opinion. I could be wrong, not financial advice, it's just what I'm going to be personally doing over on Bybit or Bitget. If it's going to be 5.7 or better than 5.7, so 5.6, well, this move will continue. We're going to talk about the chart in just a second. And also the core one is important, but also the most important, but the main one is also quite important. So the forecast is like a drop of 0.6%. So it's also very important. But I think that the meeting of the forecast, or, overdoing and actually overcoming the forecast in the core one, which is right here, core consumer price index, so is even more important in my opinion. So right now we're seeing this positive, price action, as I told you. So we have potentially this bottom, and then you could argue either this is a neckline or this is a neckline, and this would put our long trade with a target of about $20,000 if this all plays out. Could this all play out? The answer is potentially yes, if we're gonna see a very good reading on CPI tomorrow, which I just explained. However, and this is very important, guys, I'm not flipping bullish, and this is what so many people have said in the comment section. Oh, Thomas, you're flip, blah, 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 blah. These are the people who are not watching my videos, who are not paying attention, or just bluntly stupid. What I'm saying is short-term perspective. Even if, guys, remember, even if we're going to see very positive CPI, could this be the time when the market turns? Maybe, but I'm still, with everything that we're saying, with the whole situation of FTX is still unsolved, and till the end, with all the potential cascading liquidations still not finished. Binance FUD, also DCG and Grayscale uncertainty, and global potential for global recession. The fact that we're going to see positive CPI tomorrow doesn't mean that something could change again in Ukraine or whatever. Oil price could spike again, and we could actually, or interest rates would be up for too long, and this could result in, you know, a short-term pump. As I told you so many times before, we could pump to 20k, maybe even 23, and then actually dump on something else, and this would actually make quite good sense. And then maybe revisit, do something, and then finally into 2024, well, maybe actually earlier, into 2024, actually move up with all the halving, etc. You know, this is what I'm seeing. So if you're gonna call this move right here, oh Thomas, you were wrong, you know, and you were so bearish, you know, you're bullish. No, I'm just reading what the charts are telling me, what the macro environment is telling me, and then in a short-term perspective, this kind of an up move here is quite possible, depending on what we're gonna see tomorrow. But in a long-term perspective, I'm not sure that this is gonna be just a bull market, unless, I don't know, Bitcoin decouples suddenly and, you know, becomes real store of value for everybody suddenly, and everybody just moves in and puts in trillions of dollars into it for some reason. That's why, stay smart, watch my videos from the beginning and until the end. Check out all the links down in the description of this video. Become one of my students. There's also a link to my VIP mentorship, one-on-one mentorship, if you want to learn how I make a lot of money. Then there's also a link to that. Check out this tutorial on how to trade Bitcoin in a smart way. And as always, peace and love. Thomas Krallo. Stay smart, stay rich, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.